Hello there.
I'm Robert.
And then Vanessa.
I'm Travis.
And we are late to the party, and better late than ever.
Welcome back to Better Late Than Never. We have been on a hiatus, and now we are back. Back to you, Travis.
Well, thank you. We enjoyed our week off.
What a tremendous display. Truly a sight to behold. That's how you sounded. Very Howard Cosell.
But welcome back to this segment from Late to the Party. This is the one where I blind them with classic trailers, and they look at it and talk about them and see how it is.
We might have seen it, we might have not.
This trailer, the movie this trailer is from, actually has very special to me. It's the earliest memory I can possibly think of in my entire life.
The Santa Claus.
So good.
Well, I'm a little older than that. Wow. But as far back as I could possibly remember, I remember watching this movie in my uncle's friend's apartment at his parents' house back in the late 80s, I'm sorry.
Debbie Does Dallas.
No, that was just my uncle and me.
Oh.
No, just kidding.
Okay.
So
wrong turn.
Great movie. Earliest memory I could possibly think of is this movie right here.
Okay.
So you guys ready?
I'm trying to guess of what it could be. Yeah, I was gonna say my earliest memory is Ghostbusters as well.
Really?
Not my earliest member, but definitely one that I saw when I was a kid.
Hello, Ghostbusters.
They're real.
You do?
The in-movie sound
They're
effect is way
mean.
better.
You have?
They're here.
My uncle thought he was Saint Jerome. The joy of the hat.
I love that sound that the Ecto one makes. I love it so. It's so iconic. Like, I love it.
His face.
This one too.
The sound. Most people know that's the theme song actually to Ghostbusters.
Try to imagine all life as you know it stopping instantaneously and every molecule in your body exploding at the speed of light.
All right, that's bad.
It's bad, right? Good,
Okay.
good
All right,
tip,
important
Eagle.
safety tip. Thanks, Eagle.
Professionals.
I'm the chairman of the largest paranormal removal company in America.
What was
They're all that
it?
stands between you and the end of the world.
The city is headed for a disaster of biblical proportion. Real wrath
That's a
of God
God type song.
Fire
Fire and brimstone.
coming down from the sky.
Rivers and seas boiling.
Dogs and cats living
Together, mass hysteria.
Your girlfriend lives
In the corner penthouse of Spook
of
Central.
Spook Central.
Go ahead. No,
That's a trick
no, I
question.
can't.
Oh, yeah.
This trailer's actually pretty damn epic. too.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty good trailer.
Oh!
Like, really good.
Hit 'em up! Toasted!
Bring him hard! Ready!
So vulgar, too. Show this prehistoric bitch how we do things downtown.
Ghostbusters. Starring Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Sigourney Weaver, Harold Ramis,
You
Rick
gone.
Moranis. Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters! No love for Ernie Hudson, man. Come on.
We
It's all we can possess.
Oh, they got it.
What was it? What was it?
All right, so if you haven't seen this movie, where have you been?
Ken Knapsack. Gotta check out Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Ghostbusters is a pretty good movie. I love that Ghostbusters song.
Did you just rope us into talking about like the new Ghostbusters and what made the old one so good, and we're gonna
Why?
bash the new
Is that
one?
what you want to do?
Because it's where I'm gonna end up going with this
You
conversation.
kind of have to.
I love
a
Ghostbusters, and
little
as
bit.
I have said in the past, it is one of those movies that, you know, it really couldn't happen, but it could happen, and everything is situational comedy, and that's what makes it great. These characters are believable, they're down to earth. The things they say just happen to be hilarious, and the situations they're in just happen to be hilarious. I could quote this movie for days, and, well, now that you brought up the most recent remake, that one's really far-fetched, and some of their jokes were a little...
Dumb?
Yeah, I've said it before with. I'll say a little thing for the new one, and then we can get back to the old one. I love that it's so clever what they do with the comedy in this one, whereas the one in the new one, like, it was just so dumb. Like, when she's trying to open the window to tell the mayor, like, you need to get out of the city, and it's like, you're like a PhD doctor.
Yeah.
Like, why are you acting so dumb?
And that's how everybody was in that movie in a sense, versus everyone was actually quite intelligent in this movie, with the exception
They had
of
jokes.
Rick Moranis.
Right.
But Rick Moranis himself was a savant when it came to accounting and numbers, and he was in love with the girl next door, and he was just oblivious nerdy. He wasn't stupid, where everybody else in that other Ghostbusters seemed to be really stupid.
And he won their case in the court of law in
That's
Ghostbusters
true.
2.
That's me. But anyways, that's the thing too. Is like these guys are definitely you can form individual characteristics out of each one of them, and they stand on their own, from Vakeman to frickin' Spangler to frickin' Stance. I mean, and then Zedmore. I mean, all of them are different kinds of people for different reasons that are there. And it does become like a life-threatening situation where it felt like, oh damn, like things could go south, and there's nobody who can protect them other than the guys that understand what is happening more than the cops, the mayor, and hell, even your eminence. I mean, there's nobody, Lenny, there's nobody that understands how to handle this situation. And the way that Ghostbusters kind of set it up, and I admit they dropped the ball in the second one because they went super 90s with it.
Still fun. Still fun.
It was fun, but the first one was the best.
Right. And they really, if any movie has had any social impact on anything, Ghostbuster has done it.
Right.
Down to the cartoons, the TV shows,
yes.
the food,
Toys.
the toys. You know, Slimer Hi-C drink. I remember getting that all the time. Ecto Cooler,
Yeah. And
Go ahead, please.
oh, I was gonna say the one of the big things about the Ghostbusters first movie is it does feel very 70s as well. The score, the music, like there was something really
They were coming
aesthetically
out of
pleasing.
out of the 70s into
of
the 80s.
course, and it
see
fits.
it.
You can see it in that movie. The writing, it was just a different era of writing when it came down to SCTV with Harold Ramis, and then you combined SCTV and Saturday Night Live together, and you get this amalgamation, and it didn't even turn out the way they wanted it to.
Right, completely different
Yeah.
actors, different storyline.
Yep.
It just everything changed, but it
Organically.
Yes, into a perfect movie. And like I said, this is the earliest memory I've ever had in my life, and it is watching this film.
I just realized, they don't give any love to Ernie Hudson in this trailer at all.
They don't give love to Ernie Hudson really in anything. I mean, he's not in the movie 3/4 of it, and even in the second one, he's not even there for like the first half of it.
And I
like he
enjoy-
shows up for a second, and then he's
Yeah, but
wasn't even there.
I enjoy his character too, because he's the one that's not the scientist versus all of the other ones, and he's
And if
just
the paycheck's steady, he'll believe anything.
yes,
Yeah.
he's just there because he needs a job.
Yeah.
and I just love. He's like, he's like,
He's the outsider looking in.
Yeah.
I've seen that'll turn you white. Like,
Yeah.
he is the real one getting dragged through all of this. What about the packs? Like in the second one, and it's such
Did
a
you happen to
great
catch the
dynamic.
locomotive number?
Sorry, I missed it.
Yeah.
And it's so
And he's like-
cool. And that's the thing is like Ghostbusters 1, absolutely. It stands the test of time. I love it so much. And that
And
is
so
what
does
made
everyone
it
else.
hard.
That's why they're still trying to get it going. Still trying to get these new movies. The animated movie that might be coming out.
And I'm gonna
the
say
next
the
one.
parallel dimension, interdimensional space police is what they were originally supposed to be. It's still a thing. They're protecting their portal to this dimension.
And if you watch the real Ghostbusters,
Correct.
they have gone into those dimensions and
Yeah.
had to get Slimer out of there because he was stuck.
Yeah,
See,
the ghost world.
yeah,
Egon.
like-
Egon ended up in the ghost dimension as well, and they had to go back and get him. And it was heartbreaking for me in that
I
storyline.
was gonna say they should. That's where I wish that the new Ghostbusters went.
Yep.
And when they said that the cameo, like they were gonna have cameos from the old Ghostbusters, I was hoping that they were from another dimension.
You weren't the
and
only
it's
ones.
like parallel to this one, and they had to come together
And
to
even
fight
that
this
one-
because it was like breaking both of their worlds, and they needed to, or else the worlds were gonna collapse on each other if they didn't help each other.
It's just too unfortunate. And you see the juxtaposition of what ended up happening in that Ghostbusters remake. It was too much thought. There was too much
They were
that you were
trying too
relying
hard
on.
to get the comedy out of you, so
Right.
you're forcing me to watch a joke. And
Well,
it
what I'm
wasn't
saying is
funny.
though that they dumbed it down though.
Very much so.
It was an intelligent story thread that they could have gone, but it's too much. It's the same reason why some people get confused with the whole multiverse when it comes to like Marvel and DC, and you know there's these other universes that exist, and it's just too much for the average moviegoer to handle. So Ghostbusters went the opposite, and they just freaking dumbed it down so much with that remake, and it was just not something that we were hoping they would have gone for, because it was set up perfectly for this interdimensional space police.
With that being said, though, if you're one of the people that enjoyed the new Ghostbusters, awesome. I'm glad that somebody did. We're not here to like say that you're an idiot for liking it.
Or
like,
you're wrong. We had something different in mind.
We just had something different in mind, and that's why we didn't really enjoy it. But if you guys enjoyed it,
based
awesome.
off of just this trailer, if you knew nothing of Ghostbusters, would you guys see this
100%
movie?
yes.
It's an epic trailer.
Yes,
like,
it was a
the
really
chanting
good,
of
and
the
like,
Ghostbusters, like showing up
the
in
song,
between.
the song is very catchy, so you're like, yeah, I want to watch this movie.
You have to realize when it came out too, Bill Murray was on top of his game.
Yep.
Harold Ramis was out there.
He was a writing king. Yeah.
Vacation movies, he was just getting done with those projects. He was on top of these things. This is a good cast. Just not
Rick Moranis was top billed too.
Yes.
I mean, Rick Moranis, Sigourney Weaver coming out of Aliens. Yeah, so I mean, it was a hell of a. I would still love to see a version. It doesn't exist, but in another universe, we've got the John Candy and we've got John Belushi in there. I want to see how that would play out.
What do you guys think of Ghostbusters? Tell us below. The original ones. Tell us, what do you think? And tell me what other trailers out there that you want us to take a look at, and we can review them and talk about them and see how they impacted us.
See, that's why I don't like they say go with the clean slate, but it's impossible. I don't want to get my hopes up on things and start speculating, because when it comes out and it doesn't go anywhere near what I thought, it makes me unhappy.
We
But
could
either
talk
way,
hours with Ghostbusters.
and we will after we turn this off. But thank you
Probably.
guys. You can like and you can subscribe.
You could do the thing on our Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Stardust.
All the social networking gin joints, you know where they are. This is our way to talk about it, because we
I was
never
gonna say,
did.
Funny enough,
about the
I
other
actually
ones.
saw Ghostbusters 2 before I saw the first Ghostbusters.
I understand that. There was some, like, I think I saw Empire Strikes Back before. No, Empire Strikes Back before I saw A New Hope. And I was like, whoa, wait, what?
And so when
Or like when you saw the half and Goodfellas before you saw the first.
Yeah, that was what's wrong with those two tape things. But trust me, I never got Titanic confused on which tape was which. Either way, thank you guys. And as always, now it's time to say goodbye. Bye.